Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Basketball, TITTH number 127. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. I got Nick Davis with me tonight. Or not Nick Davis, sorry, Blake Jacobs. Getting a little bit too used to that. We got Steve Hammond on the way. Internet troubles. We'll see when he gets here. But how are we doing? How we doing, Blake? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day.
Doing good, man. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Sorry for the pump fake intro there on Nick. Just, you know. Nature of habit.
He'll be here, though.
But how's everything going? Oh, yeah, eventually. How's everything going, though? How was the holiday weekend? Haven't seen you in a bit.
Been good. Just had family Easter on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Drove out of town, did dinner, came home, back to work the next day.
Cool. Nice. You? Yeah, we went to D.C., checked out the Blossoms, had a few drinks, walked around. It was mostly just leg work, just a lot of walking, a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Doing it for the gram.
Did you bet on Baylor?
I did not. Bet on college basketball. I didn't even do a bracket, Blake. So, I mean, kind of silly to jump in at the last minute and think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to my money. But I've been doing pretty well in the bets. Otherwise, basketball, hockey, things are going well. Football news is starting to kick up, so I'm starting to itch for some player props here to turn up.
Yep.
Probably start a little bit after the draft, but let's get into it here. Let's clock in. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes on Steve. We'll see where he's at. Do you have any best bets for the night?
My best bet is taking Phoenix money line.
Right there with you.
Basically, I think it's going to be close, and I think it's unlikely that the Suns lose by that few of points.
Mm-hmm.
So. The Jazz are also 1-4 ATS in their past 5 on the road. If it was in Utah, I'd do the opposite. I'd take Utah in this game. But
yeah, I'm the same way.
It's kind of odd to see these two teams with the best records in the league facing off each other against each other tonight. So.
Yeah, both are 9-1 in their last 10, and Utah is coming off of that one loss. If they were coming back home after that loss, I would be on them to rebound. But like you, I am on Phoenix money line as well. I'm heavy on that one. I got like a $50 holler on that one tonight, so I'm really heavy on the Suns. Fire up all of Phoenix tonight. Yeah. I also have Reggie Bullock over points, assists, and rebounds at 13.5. I cashed this same number just 2 days ago, so looking for him to come back and cash me another. I got Zion Williamson over 34.5 points and rebounds. That's a ridiculous number. The books wouldn't let me put more than 25 on each, so go hammer down on both of those as soon as possible. That's easy. The easiest money I can say to give you tonight. Again, the books would not let me even put over $25. I was trying to hammer home 50s on both of those. Book was not letting it happen. So go visit Jazz Sports if you can't find those numbers anywhere else. If you guys haven't checked out Jazz Sports yet, we're running a 150% deposit promo. Use promo code TOTHEHIZZY when you sign up today. Let's jump into some of the Monkey Knife Fight props. You got those pulled up there, Blake?
Yes. Got them. I
know the first one up is a big favorite of mine.
Yeah, we got a Nikola Jokic, more or less than 24.5 points. Mm-hmm. And DeMar DeRozan right next to him, more or less than 20.5 points.
Overs on both. Heavy. Saw those numbers early today. Jumped on them really quick. Give me the over 24.5 for Jokic and over 20.5 for DeRozan. I'm honestly more concerned about Jokic hitting that number than I am DeRozan. The Spurs play decent defense. If they can, limit his, jump shooting a little bit, maybe try to, force him to drive a few more times than not, then, maybe they can hold him off that number. But I'm betting not, and I'm going to be taking the Nuggets heavy in that game as well.
Yep. I agree with that. The next one we have is Luka, more or less than 28.5, and John Wall, more or less than 20.5. For me, just looking at them both, I'm going to say less for both.
Okay.
Just because of the blowout potential, and also I think that the ball is going to get spread around more for Dallas. I think that Luka isn't going to be relied on to win this game by himself.
Sure.
It's the Rockets, and Wall's banged up.
Mm-hmm. He is going to play. He is coming in healthy. So I'll take the under for Wall, and I will take the over for Luka. I just think that, the amount of three-pointers that he shoots, the pace that he plays at, he can still hit this and just a blowout. They could win this one, 125-97. So I'm heavy on Dallas as well. Houston did cover the 15 points for me the other day up against the Nuggets. So I was kind of inclined to come in here and grab a piece of them, but I'm going to stay away. I think it's going to be a blowout win, and I do give a little bit more upside for Luka to hit that number in a potential upset. Or blowout, I'm sorry. What's the next one?
Next one, we have Zion Williamson, more or less than 27.5 points, and Kyrie Irving, more or less than 27.5 points. I'm going more with both. Mm-hmm. Zion, he's not going to have a lot of players that are going to be able to stop him underneath the basket. Mm-hmm. I think that he easily covers that. I'm about ready to eat my words at the end of the season and have to shave this beard into a mustache for you.
Funny mustache.
Yeah, funny
mustache.
I think the deal was I have to hold on to that until the next show, and then and then I can shave it. But I think
correct.
Is he in 5th? For points?
Oh, I don't know. Last I saw, he was at 7th, and he was sat a game. So if he did, it would have been recently. But yeah, I'm all over Zion. I like I said, we had him in that prop. I got him in the top 10 for points. All about him tonight. No one's going to be slowing him down for Brooklyn in the paint. No. DeAndre Jordan can only play so many minutes. LaMarcus Aldridge isn't going to get it done. Blake Griffin not going to get it done. So the cavalry, they're not here to save the day as far as slowing down Zion and other bigs in the league. So give me all of him. And yeah, I'm going to take the over on Kyrie too. He's been scoring points in huge numbers recently. So give me that. I know KD is coming back tonight, but from what it sounds like, he is going to be on somewhat of a minutes limitation. I like the unders for KD tonight in potential like rebounds and assist numbers. We'll stay away from the points because we're just really not sure of the workload. But I think when he does come in, he's going to be utilized as just an open jump shooter. He's not going to be doing too much divvying up the ball, assists, or really banging in the paint. I think they're going to try to protect him, his first matchup back.
Who do you think wins this game?
The Nets still. I mean, if Brandon Ingram was in, I'd feel a little bit better about some potential upset for New Orleans. But with him out, it takes away any opportunity, in my opinion. Yeah,
totally.
What's the last one?
Yep, the last one we got Devin Booker, more or less 27.5 points. And Donovan Mitchell, more or less than 26.5 points.
It's tough.
It is tough. It's going to be probably really close both ways, like within 3 or 4 points over or under. I personally would go under on Booker, and I would go over on Mitchell. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that too. Booker is coming off a 32-point game. I'm not sure if he drives that number the same way after putting up a pretty high figure. So I'll go the same way. I'm going to go under on Booker, and I'll go over on Mitchell, just because I think that they'll need more outside shooting. They shoot a ton of threes, the Jazz. They did not shoot very well the other night, and I think they're going to ask for Mitchell to maybe take a few more safe shots than they're usually taking, because like I said, they take a ton of 3-pointers, over like 20 a night. It's ridiculous.
Speaking of my best bet also, what's up, Steve? Steve here.
There he is.
What's up, Steve?
We're in.
What's up, dude?
How's the internet?
Hey, it's a knock on wood. Good for now.
You look great. You look picture perfect. You look clear. I think you look clearer than me and Blake both. So what do you got? Comcast over there?
Yes, Mediacom? We do. Yep, Mediacom.
Oh, Mediacom. Bastards. I haven't had them in a long while. I never enjoyed it.
Back-to-back days of tough internet. It's tough.
You have to use a cell phone?
A hotspot. I was debating that if this wasn't going to work in time for the show. I was like, all right, I might have to use a hotspot, but I was nervous.
I'll just light my phone on fire. That's what it does. Every time I do that, it's like I pick up my phone and it's like a brick from hell. It's like the bricks that could build the devil's house. It's like, what the hell, man? Overheating over here. All for some internet. Jesus. Yeah. All for some internet. Unreal. How are we doing, Steve? You got any best bets before we jump into the game previews?
I don't think I got anything tonight. Should we jump right into them?
All right. Sounds good. Fair enough. You've been holding us up, man. What the hell?
I wanted to say, on top of that, Phoenix, my best bet, Steve, was the Phoenix money line tonight against the Jazz. Phoenix is at home. The over-under is 227. What do you think of that? Isn't that low?
I think I would take the over on that.
That just seems way low.
I'm actually going to take the under. From what I saw in their last game, I believe they hit the under by a lot, by like 15 or 20 points their last go-around. And I just feel like defense is going to make this game. Yeah, exactly. Like they have really good defenders on both sides. Like I said, the Jazz are coming off of kind of a cold shooting night. And, my bet for Phoenix to win is that trend kind of continues over into this game. Yep. It's only two days rest. It's not like it's a back-to-back or anything like that. If it was a back-to-back, oh my God, I couldn't imagine, Phoenix being, the plus option here. But two really good teams when it's that even. Both, like I said before, both teams are 9-1 their last 10. Phoenix as a plus option, I got to jump on it. Anytime you can get it, it's kind of like when Patrick Mahomes visits Baltimore, right? And you give Patrick Mahomes a plus option on the money line. That's over here. That's for me. Bring that to my table. Thank you.
It's free money.
We got to work for it. We got 4 quarters. We're gonna have to work for it here. I got the Nets and the Pelicans tipping off on my side over here. With that, let's jump into it. I know some of these games have already started, but we're going to dive into the early lines. We got the Timberwolves coming in as late favorites. Right now, I'm looking at the plus 110 from the early line. But after the injuries for the Pacers, no Brogdon, no Sabonis, no Turner here. Timberwolves are getting back D'Angelo Russell. They were coming in as 2-point dogs. I believe they wound up as 1.5-point favorites. I still like the Timberwolves in this one. I'm not sure how it's shaking out right now, but I would suspect that the Timberwolves can still pull it out. What do you guys think?
So right now it's 47-38. Indiana leads.
Oh, wow. Not great. Not looking good. So still getting it done with the backup options. Still getting it done. That's nice. That's nice to see. Anyone, I'm guessing no one grabbed any props from that game. And I really wouldn't be trying to. I mean, it's really tough to gauge between the Timberwolves and the Pacers. Over-unders at 234. I'm sure that dropped somewhat after that. Where are you guys at with the number?
Well, there's 9 minutes left in the second quarter.
Oh, hammer that under for sure. Hammer that for sure.
Well, it's already 100 points. Almost.
Where are you at on that one, Steve?
I think I lean the under. If I definitely going into this game, I would have leaned the under. Like you said, Pacers they're decimated by injuries right now. I'd take the under, but maybe now looking live, maybe I'd look at the over. I don't know. Maybe neither team's playing some defense, so it seems like they'll be putting in some points.
I'd be looking to jump into a live under on that game for sure.
First quarter, Minnesota had 31, Indiana had 35.
Oh, wow. A lot of scoring to start. Must have slowed down here in the second. That's pretty wild.
Does anyone remember just a few weeks ago? I feel like we were talking the Pacers up like they were going to be a 4 seed in the East. Right. And just talk about a complete reversal. And now they're bottom, barely making the playoffs.
They can't stay healthy. I mean, everyone is hurt on that team, or has been hurt this season. TJ Warren's been out all year. They got Karis LeVert in the trade. He was hurt when he came over. Been looking good, but then they get Sabonis hurt, Brogdon hurt. Miles Turner's been in and out all year. I mean, they're just not 100%. Hopefully, the Bulls can maybe sneak in there and get another spot on them. We'll see.
Right.
Man, New Orleans already up 6-5, killing me. All right, next one we've got up is Wizards traveling to Orlando. Wizards coming in as 3.5-point favorites, 165 or minus 165 on the money line. Magic plus 135. Over under is at 222. What do you guys like here?
Just looking at that, I like the over.
The over the 222. Bradley Beal is playing. He was questionable coming into this one, so that definitely lends for some more upside for sure. Honestly, I like the way that Orlando's been playing. If Beal was out, I was going to take them to win, but he's playing, so I'm just going to take the Magic to cover. They're 6-1 in their last 7 ATS. I think they've got a chip on their shoulder with some of these younger, newer players. We've been talking up Okeke. I think they were getting Cole Anthony back. Michael Carter-Williams, he was probable to play. I know that Otto Porter is not in the lineup. Shocker, big shocker there, right? But Wendell Carter hasn't been bad for them. Enos is getting some decent playing time. Birch is getting some decent numbers. So yeah, I like the Magic to cover here. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I think that they could cover. I think you're seeing a lot of just young guys going out and just getting to play. I mean, not really, no expectations. Their whole lineup is just decimated by injuries also. So like you said, chip on their shoulder. Washington is, though, they can get hot at times. You have Russell Westbrook going off. I think Rui is back tonight, I believe. So should be a good game.
Yeah, Hachi's back, and he's been playing very, very well. I'd like to see his prop numbers too.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
All right, I like the over too, especially with Beal playing. Russ Westbrook, walking triple-double. I like him to hit a triple-double tonight. I think that's going to be live. But let's move on to the next one, Blake. I know you like this one a lot. Knicks coming in as 3-point dogs going to the Celtics. Both teams playing back-to-back games. Both played yesterday. Knicks are plus 125 on the money line. Celtics are minus 155. Total is at 209 points. What do you guys think?
I'm taking the Knicks plus 3.
Like it. I like it as well.
Yeah. What you have it at 3, right?
Yes, I do. I have it at 3.
Celtics just went under 500. I mean, that says it all. I mean,
yeah. I watched that game. I bet on Philly to win last night. They cashed it for me. I was loving it. That number was too close. That number was too close for me. I followed it all morning, and honestly, I lost money by being just scared. In the morning when I woke up, it's true. It's true. Like they were paying, what was it, minus 120 to Philly. They were paying minus 110 to the Celtics, and I'm just like, come on. Like, Embiid's back. Right. The 76ers have been great without him. Right? Like, this number is just off. So I'm sitting there and watching. I'm like, man, maybe at some point they'll flip it and they'll give me the plus number for the 76ers because this is just weird. And I got him at minus 146. A win is a win, but I lost a few shekels there. But still, at the start of tip-off, I still hadn't made a pick yet. They said Evan Fournier's out. I'm like, all right, give me the 76ers. Yeah, I was just playing scared.
I luckily on DraftKings they offered 50% profit boost. So I turned that I think I got it like minus 135 into a plus 125. So lose no juice right there. Yeah, that was a nice little Thursday. And looking at the slate yesterday, I thought there was a lot of close games that could really go either way. And that was the one I just felt most confident about. Because like you said, the Celtics dropping under 500. You have the Sixers are, they have Embiid back. They're really, I think they're firing on all cylinders. So I thought that was easy money.
Did you watch any of that game, Blake?
Did I watch any of which game?
The 76ers in Boston last night.
I didn't.
Oh, my goodness. Luke Cornett was getting treated like a dog by Joel Embiid.
I'm sure he was.
He was beating
him
down.
His size.
He was beating him down like a Michael Vick misfit, like for real. Like it was too much. Like just throwing him on the floor. Drawing fouls in the process. I think he went to the line like 22 times, 21 times, something like that. He was at the end of the game. They're probably up by like 8 or 9, maybe even 10, double digits. And Embiid is like yelling at himself for missing free throws. He was in game mode, man. It was a sight to see. But the whole Luke Cornett reference, like, what are you doing, Boston? What the hell? Daniel Theis had no reason to leave that team. In my opinion.
Agreed.
No, the reason why he's cursing and getting all butthurt at the line is because he hasn't fucking beat the Celtics in like forever. So I mean, good for you, Embiid. I mean, at least he's one of the few. He's one of the few NBA players that trash talk anymore. So I'll respect that.
Fair enough. Let's get moving here, though. I know Blake's on a time limit tonight, so I want to stay on pace here. Next up, we have the Pelicans traveling to the Nets. They were coming in at 8.5-point dogs, plus 300 on the money line, around minus 400. I know when Ingram left the lineup, the number shifted to like minus 425. Where are you at with this one, guys? Brooklyn only up by 1 here. New Orleans looking like they're going to cover.
I'll let you take it, Steve.
Kevin Durant not in or in?
He's playing.
He's playing,
back, right?
Yeah, first game back. Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I like Brooklyn. I've gotten burned too many times betting on New Orleans. They're just they're a very kind of streaky team. Doesn't play much defense. I would love, depending on what the over is. What number did you have there? 233?
233.5.
Yeah, that has to be adjusted after Ingram is out of the game. But I have to imagine that I have to imagine that we're still trending to the over. New Orleans, they have a winning record to the over.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn in general, always driving the number, always playing fast-paced in transition basketball. So I'd be all over the over, especially if you got some points back after Ingram was out. But Brooklyn still 2-8 ATS in their last 10. They don't traditionally cover because of that high-scoring pace. So I was still on New Orleans to cover, just not on the win. I probably would have backed down from that though. Knowing that Brandon Ingram is out, right? All day long, assuming that he's going to be in the lineup. We're going to be getting a high number in this game. Would have been on them to cover, but with him out, going to be kind of tough. Right now, it looks like they will, though. I also had Zion. What's that?
Go ahead.
I was going to say I also had Zion over the 34.5 points and rebounds. Steve, you were out for that earlier.
Is that a monkey knife fight?
No, that's Jazz Sports. I also got Reggie Bullock over 13.5 on the same points, rebounds, and assists. That's easy money.
I like that. Yeah,
that's easy money.
He's actually had some big games here and there.
He's had more points than that, and I think in 3 consecutive games alone. So yeah, and I cashed the same number. So
how was that
2 days ago? Steve, they won't let me bet over $25. It's literally free money. Like
literally.
I know what you're doing, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You ain't getting me. So I don't. Why do they even post it if they're going to be assholes about it?
I don't know, but I'll take free money. And what they're probably trying to do is just pull you, because it says like right after you make the bet, like add this to another ticket. They're trying to swindle you into like a parlay or something. This and the Pelicans win, or this and a Knicks win. I'm like, I'm not touching that. No thanks. I'll just take those. I'll just take those easy numbers. Yeah, I mean, come on though. Those numbers, I'm going to bed. No matter what, sleeping right tonight. I can't be afraid of those whatsoever. All right, next up we've got the Mavericks and the Rockets. Mavericks traveling to Houston as 10-point favorites, minus 615 on the money line. We're obviously hammering that. But what do you guys think about the total and the spread? Houston the other day covered 15 points for me up against the Nuggets. You guys think they can do it again on 10?
10? No, I'll take Mavericks.
Yeah, I like the Mavericks at minus 10 too. I think trying to do that again is asking a little bit too much out of the Houston Rockets.
Yeah,
what do you think, Steve?
Agreement. If you wouldn't have actually told me that story, I probably would have jumped on the Rockets thinking they could do it this time. But knowing that they've recently done it, this team's just a wash for this year. But take your money with Dallas.
Yeah, I was scared, Steve. I mean, the number was at 14, and I actually bought it up to 15. And even then, I was just like, man, I never do these big numbers. Like Houston's a really bad team at any time. Nuggets could just run away with it. But sure as shit, they got it off.
And you got a Texas rivalry right there, and Dallas is, they're going to shit on them and not even think twice about it. So,
yep, and
they're going to want to beat them bad.
Yep, and they've got upgrades with shooters on the outside. So I like I like the upside for the over. I like the over 222. I do, because honestly, I think that the Rockets could score like 95 to 99 points, and they'd still hit this total. They'd still hit the over.
So the last 2 times, what's the number that you said?
222 and a half.
I got 225.
This last time they played, I think it was 133 to 108. So that one went easily over. And then before that is 113 to 100. So I don't know, might be a tough number to hit. And I'm sure that those numbers were also with different personnel, because most of those teams kind of had an identity.
This is ball handling for the Pelicans. It ain't Lonzo Ball. And the
James Johnson, I think. James
Johnson. Okay, that's who it was. Yeah. That looks right. James Johnson. And then Bledsoe and the jumper. Man, a lot of bricks over here in Brooklyn right now.
It's getting sloppy.
It's getting really sloppy. I mean, you're still getting the points from Brooklyn in transition, but New Orleans, like, they're getting to the basket. They're just not finishing.
The thing is like they're going so fast back and down the court. I don't think that it's going to matter, because it's happening so fast. Each team is getting the ball within 10 seconds.
Yeah, Zion's got to get back in there, man. This is pissing me off. And, man, that's ball. Yeah, New Orleans doesn't look good. Like I said, they just missed another close shot to the basket. Steven Adams just trying to throw in a little floater, just nothing there. All right. Next one up, we've got the Hornets traveling to OKC, coming in as 5-point favorites, minus 215 on the money line. Over-under is at 213 points. Blake, you were saying you liked the Thunder earlier. Are you still on it?
Yeah, I if I'm going to take one of these for out of the over-under, the spreads, I'm taking the Thunder plus 5.5. You got no Hayward. You got no Lonzo or LaMelo. I think that it's going to be a little bit closer than you think, being in the OKC. So, yeah, give me the 5.5.
SGA.
I kind of want to stay away. I think SGA still up, yeah.
I'm not going to bet on it, but you were asking me what I liked out of that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I want to stay away from the game in general. Picking the game, I would still say that the Hornets win probably.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I do like the Thunder to cover. They're a gritty team. They're playing at home. They play good defense. The number, I'm going to take the under 213.
Low
That's
number
scary.
there. Yeah, it's a low number. I really would not want to touch it. Last time they played, they finished at 216.
But who was in the game? Probably a lot of starters.
Well,
I like this game to be
I think LaMelo and Gordon probably played.
I like a 104, 100 type of game.
Yeah, you know what? I could see that, especially with the people that both teams are missing, SGA, Gordon Hayward, LaMelo all out. I like that.
That's a game I would look for Terry Rozier to be the leading scorer. And, if you're looking for any other props, Terry Rozier leading scorer for the whole game. I think that's a lock there. I just don't know who's going to drive the pace for either side other than Terry.
Moses Brown.
SGA, yeah.
Moses Brown, I don't know. Got the rebounds. I don't know about the scoring,
He does a little bit of it all.
That's true.
Oddshark has the prediction at 115 to 101.
For who? Who's the 115?
Charlotte.
That's very reminiscent of their previous game still. Like Steve literally just said that they went to 216 in their last game. Like, it's very reminiscent. I don't like that. Get out of here, computer. Stupid computer. All right, next one up, we've got the Grizzlies traveling to Atlanta. Grizzlies on fire recently. I think they're 9-1 ATS in their last 10. They're coming in at plus 2.5 on the spread. Over unders at 226, and they are plus 115 on the money line. Hawks are minus 145. Hawks are 4-1 ATS in their last 5, but man, it's tough for me not to pick Memphis in this one. I kind of like them just straight up. What do you guys think?
Straight up, take them money line. Why take them for 1 point? You got no John Collins on the other side. Yeah, Memphis, it just seems like a no-brainer.
What do you think, Steve?
I like Memphis here. I don't know if I'm touching either one. Atlanta's hot right now. I think they have 14 wins in their last 18 since the head coaching change. So I don't know. It's a perfect matchup. You kind of have a yin and a yang. Memphis kind of good at defense, grind it out, and then you have Atlanta who just scores. If I had to lean one way, I think I'm going to go Atlanta, though.
Okay, fair. I mean, they're both really good teams. Atlanta's playing at home. They are 6-4 straight up.
Money line also.
Yeah, I think that's the pick here. Just take your side of the matchup and just stay there on the money line. Playing with the points in this one, I don't think it's necessary. And if you are, buy it whatever direction you're going. Right. So if you're taking Memphis, buy another point or two. If you're up, and if you're if you got Atlanta, buy it down as low as you can. I think that's the way to go here. If you are going to stay on the spread, but I think if you're going to get the value, like me and Blake said, if you're on Memphis, to me, I just feel like they are still hotter. I mean, 6-4 for Atlanta in their last 10. Steve, you said they're 14-5 since the coaching change?
Yeah, 14-4.
14-4. So, I mean, in this last 10, they've gotten those 4 losses out of the last 18 games. So that means that they're starting to, cool off a little bit. But I think the best bet in this one is honestly the over. Memphis 6-3 in their last 9. Atlanta 5-2 in their last 7. The total's only at, what is it? 222? Or I'm sorry, no. 226.
227.
That's a little bit higher. The number's starting to climb, but I like it. I think there's going to be plenty of offense available.
Yeah.
Memphis is just playing at a much better pace than they have been all year. Really, I mean, they were profitable to start. They kind of had that lull after they went in COVID. Not covering games, losing, but they're climbing the standings in the West and they're covering games. So I'm all over them.
Any idea off the top of your head who Atlanta has lost to in those last 4 that they lost?
No, I could probably get you that information pretty quickly here.
What were you saying, Steve?
I'd love to start seeing a little bit more consistency, though, out of Ja Morant. I think that'd really take the Grizzlies to that next level. Turnovers really being an issue. I get it. He's a playmaker. I believe his last game where he left early due to some injury, lose some of his feet. 7 turnovers. Like that, you're not going to be very successful turning the ball over like that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So Atlanta, 4 wins in a row coming into this game. Memphis coming in with 3 wins in a row. Now, Atlanta, let me go through their wins because I don't really think any of these wins are that impressive. So 123 over 107 for the Pelicans. 117 over 111 versus Golden State. Again, the Pelicans, 126-103. San Antonio, a very bad team right now. San Antonio scored 129 on them. San Antonio, for reference, is 2-8 and straight up in their last 10. 3-7 ATS in their last 10. They then lost. Their last loss was to Phoenix. Okay, fine. Denver. Okay, fine. No big deal. Sacramento, not great. Lost by 2. The Clippers lost by 9. Their other wins in that mix are Golden State and the Lakers. So, like, their wins aren't really up against teams right now that have a lot of firepower. So, yeah, I'm gonna go up against Memphis, who has beat Miami, beat Philly, beat Minnesota. I mean, beat Houston. That's not great. OKC, Boston, and Golden State. They lost to Utah and Utah and Utah. That's it. They've lost to Utah in their last 3 games because for some reason played Utah 3 out of 4. Obviously, that's tough. But other than the Utah losses, they haven't lost in their last 10. So that's where I'm going for sure.
Stacking those up against each other, that's a compelling argument for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, next up, we've got the Spurs going to the Nuggets. Nice little segue there from the Spurs talk. Like I said, Spurs 2-8 straight up in their last 10, 3-7 ATS in their last 10. Hammering Denver, who has just been on fire, before grabbing Aaron Gordon, even more hot after grabbing him. Offense is flowing, great transitions, playing okay defense, but the offense is just top notch. Give me Denver all day here.
Yeah, I'll take them by 5.
That's the spread.
Yeah, 5.
Okay, I was going to say I got them at 7.5 earlier, but I like 6.5, 7.5. What do you think about this one, Steve?
I'm all over Denver. I really like them. I think San Antonio isn't that great of a team. They put up some good games. They'll make it close, but they're not putting away teams. Denver, very similar to the Hawks, won 15 of their last 18. So hot team, ride it.
Yeah,
right, let's do it.
Denver just plays better at Pepsi Center. It's just something they always have done. And San Antonio isn't that great right now.
Yeah, absolutely. San Antonio is a team I want to keep attacking until they give me a reason not to. Picked up Keldon Johnson in fantasy. That was a nice little boost, but I'm starting to have problems there. I don't know who to drop. It's starting to piss me off when you're picking up guys that are picking up 22 and 10. Like what are you going to do?
Yeah, you just hold.
Hope for the best. I can drop. I picked up Demarcus Cousins on a whim.
I saw that, so I'm actually playing you this week, and when I saw that, I was like, all right, I was going to say something to you, but I didn't want you to double think that or overthink it.
No. I'm good with it for now. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, he only had like 8 minutes, but he did a lot in his 8 minutes. I was impressed. All right, last one up we've got here is Jazz visiting the Suns. Blake and I are both heavy on the Suns money line. Looking at a 2-point spread, 1.5 point spread, wherever your books got it, and a total of anywhere between 225 and 227. Steve, where are you at in this one? Blake and I are both on the Suns money line, staying away from the spread.
I could get on the Suns money line. I think my favorite bet of this, I like the over.
Okay.
So, but
getting
the Suns as a plus option, definitely worth it.
Hey, it's the Jazz, but we're at home. It's going to be fine. Me and Blake are all over the Suns. I still like the under just because I think that it's going to be just 2 really good teams playing good ball, kind of playoff basketball atmosphere. Give me like a 110-107 win either way. I think there's going to be a good amount of defense in this one.
Right.
And the Suns, they just play really good perimeter defense too. Like that's something to definitely be noted. Bridges, Booker, Paul, obviously on the wings. They've got some other guys like Johnson that can play some perimeter defense. So obviously Ayton can bang in the paint with Gobert. So I think we're gonna get a really good matchup. I am staying up for it. Let's go. Up all night for it. Let's do it.
I like it.
Coast games.
What's that?
West Coast games for you being on the East Coast.
Yeah,
it's definitely
it is what it is.
Yeah.
It could be worse. Back in the day when the Blackhawks were constantly playing in the playoffs against the Kings and the Ducks, like that was probably the worst of it. That was probably the worst of it. All right, we're gonna jump around tonight because Blake is on a time limit, so I want to make sure that we get to the heavy hitting stuff tonight. We're going to be going into a little less competitive talk tonight. We're going to be doing a basketball movie bracket. We're going to get that pulled up here. And then after that, we'll jump into the fantasy waiver wire talk and the live betting outro, and we'll kick it from there. So let's get it pulled up on the screen here. We've got our rankings. These are based off of Rotten Tomato percentages. So rolling from the top here, the 1 seed, we're looking at Hoosiers going up against Celtic Pride. Then we've got Air Bud going up against Above the Rim. Coach Carter, a 5 seed, going up against a 12 seed in Blue Chips. Semi-Pro versus White Men Can't Jump, a couple of comedy duo action there. We got He Got Game up against the 6th Man. Teen Wolf versus Like Mike, some lighthearted ones there. Glory Road versus Space Jam, and The Air Up There versus The Way Back. Where do you guys want to start here? Do you want to go top or bottom of the bracket? We got 3 of us. So unanimous wins. Unanimous votes wins.
Let's go to the top.
We're going to the top. All right away. Hoosiers versus Celtic Pride. Now, I want to say this, Rotten Tomatoes. 8% for Celtic Pride. I mean, that's a little insulting. All right? That's a little insulting. I think this is a one-sided matchup here. But I think that the 8% for Celtic Pride, I mean, it's a low key comedy. It's an underdog comedy, in my opinion. It's not the greatest film ever. Doesn't have the best rewatchability, we'll say, but it's got a couple of one-liners in there. It'll really get you. You guys got any love for Celtic Pride? Some Dan Aykroyd?
No, not over Hoosiers. Not over Hoosiers. Well, I love the movie, but not over Hoosiers.
You're a Celtics fan. You gotta give us something for it.
Yeah, I like the movie, but not over Hoosiers.
Is it Marlon Wayans? Is that the Wayans that's in it?
It's Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans. He's literally getting like Dan Aykroyd to like commit suicide on the sofa.
I can't think of the other guy's name, but he's in Home Alone.
Yeah, no one knows his name. I don't know that dude's name. If I'm at trivia night, I don't get that. I mean, where are we at on Hoosiers? I mean, obviously, timeless classic. Is there anything that we can do here, guys, or is it just a clean sweep on Hoosiers?
It's a clean sweep right there.
I'm not a huge Hoosiers guy, surprisingly, but this is like Gonzaga versus Norfolk State. It's just a runaway.
It's the 1 versus 16. I mean, it's got to be somewhere. I think Uncle Drew is like on the border here of getting his way in, and I just couldn't do it. The guy that does all the voiceovers on Netflix, and he's always on those roast shows, isn't it? And that's where I drew the line. I was just like, no, Uncle Drew, sorry. not doing it. All right, so we got Hoosiers moving on. Easy one. I've got that one in my bracket, no problem. Next up, we've got Air Bud versus Above the Rim. I believe what's his name joint. Help me out here.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee joint. On the tip of my tongue. Spike Lee joint versus a dog that can play basketball. Where are you guys at? He's a dog. He can hit 3-pointers.
This is a great 8-9 matchup. I mean, this one is kind of split right down the middle. Any movie with Tupac in it is a great
conflicting
movie.
Genres.
Yes, exactly.
It is.
But who doesn't love a golden retriever that can just fly through the air and slam a JAMA?
I don't know, Blake. Spike Lee joint, a dog that can play basketball. Where are you at? The dog wears the jersey, man.
I wasn't raised with Above the Rim, so I'm gonna go Air Bud just because it's more personal to me because I was raised with it. I didn't really watch Above the Rim when I was 6. So
technically above the rim was in our time. It's just that our parents weren't letting us watch Spike Lee joints with Tupac shooting people.
Yeah, he's a drug dealer too.
Yeah, Tupac is a drug dealer, but it's a highlight on New York basketball, and it's ridden with stars actually above the rim. So I gotta go above the rim. No offense to Air Bud, it started a generation of films. Air Bud hockey, MVP. They got to the monkey playing hockey. About 4 other dog movies where they're playing baseball, soccer, and basketball. And for me, that's what ruined it. You can't
at least Air Bud was the OG. So
it was the OG. It was the OG. But my vote's going above the rim. So Steve, you are the deciding vote. Who moves on here?
Oh, man, a lot of pressure here. I think you hit it, though, with Air Bud just getting a little too watered down when this dog can do it all. He is a 5-tool utility guy. So I got to go above the rim. That moves on.
Oh, God, that's so funny.
I mean, they did butcher the whole saga, you know? I mean, we'll get to Teen Wolf. We'll get to Teen Wolf in a bit, but there's a very similar situation with Teen Wolf. Yeah. All right, next up. We've got Coach Carter going up against Blue Chips. I kind of feel bad for Blue Chips in this one because it brings up a lot of, socio-political topics, about players making money. We've got Shaq in it. We've got Penny Hardaway, Nick Nolte. But Coach Carter for me is a little bit too overwhelming. I mean, Sam Jackson, Jedi, basketball coach, every other thing under the sun. I'm going Coach Carter. It's a heavy hitter for me. I got plenty more good things to say about it as we get on into the bracket here. But where are you guys on this one?
I'm all over Coach Carter. It was such a good movie that I actually went out and bought the book Coach Carter when I was young. Read that. I bought the official soundtrack to Coach Carter. I was a bit obsessed with Coach Carter. So that for me, easy win.
Steve's got the Delilah shirt. Delilah.
Timo Cruz, he's the man.
Blake sent us that thing. Timo Cruz is joining the Nets. It was busting my shit up. Oh, yeah, Zion, funny. Score more points.
Yeah, you already know where I'm going. I'm going Coach Carter.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I mean, I like Blue Chips. It's a good movie, but at the same time, they've got like Shaq looking like he's living in like the bums of all bums. Like they got Shaq playing basketball on like a wooden basketball board. It's got like a giant ass circular rim that he's just like trying to break off every dunk. Like some of it was a little iffy. It was a little iffy, but it props up some good conversation about players making money in college. Way ahead of its time, in my opinion. Way ahead of its time. I would like to see a redo of Blue Chips. Like that's a movie you can go in and remake it like right now. And I think it's a very common conversation about athletes making money in college. So I'm all over it. All right, next up we've got semi-pro versus white men can't jump. Comedy matchup here. Semi-pro, I mean ageless, right? Tons of one-liners. I'll say both are pretty much about basketball, right? I mean, it's pretty much all basketball. White men can't jump. Going to be very friendly around here. Very heavily involved in gambling in that movie. Hustling, Where were you guys at on this one? It's a tough draw, in my opinion.
I'll start it out with a one-liner from Semi-Pro, and I'll say, "Everybody love everybody." Yelling. But I'm going white man can't jump. It's pretty. It's so pretty.
I like the when they're at the table and the black guy calls him, what does he call him, a jive turkey?
Yeah.
It's like, what did you just call me? And everyone's like, oh no, man, he didn't call you that. He didn't call you that. He called you a cocksucker. He's like, oh yeah. That's what I called you. I called you a cocksucker. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure you called me a jive turkey. It's like, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Where are you at on this one, Steve? I'm gonna try to decide this one.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a fan of both, to be honest. Semi-pro just a little too goofy for me, so I'm gonna go white man can't jump.
Yeah, I got to go white men can't jump too, just because of the rewatchability. Like I can sit down at any point in time and be like, all right, cool, I'm not doing anything. I can put on, white men can't jump. But like semi-pro, I got to be, it's got to be kind of like a late night thing. Like semi-pro's like, Jimmy John's when you're drunk. Hey, turn on semi-pro. Yeah. Turn that on. Let's have a few laughs. Like I've already had a few, I've already tipped a few back, something like that. Like I like semi-pro, tons of one-liners, but again, like pretty goofy. Like what do they win at the end of the movie? Like fourth place? Like, we're in fourth place. We're in fourth place. Like that's the whole point. So I got to go white men can't jump as well. So we're moving on here. All right, next segment of the bracket, before we move on, we've got Hoosiers above the rim, Coach Carter, and white men can't jump. Moving on, setting up for some really good matchups here. All right, moving on to the lower half of the bracket, we've got He Got Games Classic with Ray Allen and Denzel. And going up against the sixth man. Is that the Marlon Wayans? That's the Marlon Wayans one.
That's Marlon Wayans, yeah.
I like the sixth man, but this one, to me, it's another big mismatch here. Like the sixth man.
It's not even fair.
It's got some good moments here, but man, the sixth man really needed to draw like Teen Wolf or like maybe even Space Jam. It could even have a run here, but no, I got to go. He Got Game heavy. I mean, Ray Allen, Denzel. It's not fair. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah,
got Rick Fox in it too.
He Got Game is
true. That's true.
Easily one of my favorite movies. Denzel in it with the Jordan 13s, and he goes out and he tries to show Ray how to ball. Mm-hmm. And Ray Allen, also one of my favorite NBA players of all time. So this is a runaway for me.
Yep.
Yeah, six man. It's got some funny moments, but kind of like semi-pro. There's just like a couple of one too many, just like overly done scenes. Like when his like ghost brothers like arm wrestling. He's got him like in a headlock, and he's like taking him to the team to be like, hey, you tell those guys that the ghost is here, and that's why we're winning. Stuff like it's a bit much, so a little too slapstick for me. I'm going. He Got Game. It's really not fair. This next one though, I think is a little bit closer. What do you guys think about Teen Wolf or Like Mike? It's original Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox.
It's an easy one for me. I'm a huge Michael J. Fox fan. I loved Back to the Future growing up. Mm-hmm. I loved Teen Wolf growing up. Mm-hmm. I've never liked Bow Wow. I mean, it was but like I'm just like, dude, you're not an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So
what do you think, Steve?
It's easy for me.
I'm gonna have to go the opposite. Like Mike was like right in that groove of my childhood. It just had it was like, I feel like one of the first movies kind of around my time where you like actually saw basketball teams like incorporated.
That's
into
true.
The movie.
That's true. The brands are all in there.
Mm-hmm. And so like that was big for me. I'm going to go like Mike.
It's tough for me because I feel where you're at. I know where you're at on that. And to me, when I was trying to give like Mike some upside here, but it was tough because the only thing it really has going for it is good, like basketball. Like there's a lot of basketball in it. You know what I mean? And that's mostly
in it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's mostly what it's about. But I still got to go Teen Wolf. If you actually watch the basketball in Teen Wolf, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Drawing up X's and O's.
There is there's like a lot of little neat plays. Like, oh shit, like Michael J. Fox balling, yo. Like, let's go. Especially, because it's a very, like self-taught type of story, right? Like you're coming into your own, he's nothing. And then he has everything from being the wolf. And then he realizes, wow, I need to just be myself and accept for who I am. An awesome distributor on the floor is what Michael J. Fox was. Go watch some tape of Michael J. Fox.
Like Magic Johnson, dude.
I know. He's like a whirling dervish out there, through the legs, behind the back, like over his head, pick and popping, rolling to the lane on some one-handed scoops. Michael J., man, before the hands were shaky, you were just dishing out dimes. I'm loving it. So I gotta go Teen Wolf as well. Sorry, Steve. Teen Wolf is moving on. And I get it. It's a little bit of separation of time, but yeah, Blake and I were definitely kicking it, early childhood, watching some Teen Wolf on some reruns. But at the same time, I was going a little bit against Teen Wolf because Teen Wolf got an MTV movie show.
At first, I was like, wait a minute. Was there basketball in that I didn't know about? And then I thought and did some research. And then
he was also a thespian as well. They were pulling him into to theater as well. High School Musical didn't make the list, unfortunately. Very, very leans very thespian oriented, not necessarily a basketball film. Sorry, High School Musical, and it would have been first out. So sorry. Would have had a good run up against the sixth man.
The other one was Efron. He played basketball in too, didn't he? What is it, 18 again or whatever?
Yeah, and I never saw that one. I saw that one. It came up on the list, and I was like, I haven't seen it. I can't talk to it. So sorry. That's the one with Chandler Bing, right?
Yeah, Matthew Perry.
Yeah, Matthew Perry getting a movie in this century. That's awesome. Good for him. Sorry that I didn't see it, Chandler. All right, next one up. I think this is a good one too. Glory Road versus Space Jam. Where are you guys at?
Space Jam. It's easy.
Space Jam. It's easy. He says. All right, what do you got, Steve?
Both very good movies. What season is this? 7-10? Is that what we're looking at? Yep. Yeah, I mean, I actually think a 10 seed for Space Jam is just a little too low. Michael Jordan's in the movie.
It's based on
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, you got Bird and Bill Murray too. You got
Ewing.
Who doesn't love Bill Murray?
Mm-hmm.
You had wasn't there? There's one more. Ewing and who else was a Monstar?
Mosley.
Yep.
Muggsy Bogues. You have Larry Johnson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have
Magic. Yeah.
I mean, Glory Road, good movie. Definitely touches on some topics that are big in play right now. But I'm still going to go Space Jam. It's a classic.
Bracket busted. I had Glory Road going to the finals. Oh no.
Pat Riley, Western Texas versus Kentucky, 1966 finals. It's based on a true story. Oh man.
Wait, Space Jam isn't based on a true story?
True stories don't get sequels, Steve. Come on, man. What the hell?
Oh, bracket busted. Had him going to the
finals. I love Glory Road. It's, to me, a ton of rewatchability. It is very similar to me in like that Hoosiers and Coach Carter kind of comparison. Like it draws a lot of similarities. I also give it kind of the same credence to The Express, because like Jim Brown, first black player, all this stuff. Same thing with these guys. They had the first all black starting lineup, and it's based on a true story. I love watching the film. They include a lot of like real life film into the movie. I'm a big fan of it.
Glory Road though going down in flames. Ouch. Space Jam moving on. Let's see how far Space Jam goes. I was sad to kick Space Jam out early, but she moves on.
It's Michael Jordan at the end of the day. He's the GOAT. I mean, come on. What are we going to do? It's going to be hard to keep him out. All right, last one up of the preliminary rounds. We've got the heir up there, Kevin Bacon, going up against the way back with Ben Affleck. Where are you guys at?
I like the way back, but I'm still going to go with Kevin Bacon personally. It's just that's more about basketball, honestly. That way back movie is just about his drinking problems.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'll take the air up there.
What do you got, Steve?
I'm going to make this interesting just because I'm a big Ben Affleck guy. So I'm going to go the way back.
The way back was good. I recently watched it and I liked it, but it's big upset alert. It's big upset alert over here because the air up there is all basketball. It's about scouting. Kevin Bacon's got to go down to wherever, like Africa or some made up country they probably use in the movie or something like that. He's literally got to either, I don't know, I can't remember what he does. He either circumcises himself or cuts off his own balls so that he can be in the tribe and be on the team so that the player on that team can win the game that wins him his freedom, that gets him to go play for college. I think it's like St. John's or something like that. Something crazy. And yeah, the dude is just like a freak athlete. What was his problem? He couldn't dribble, but he could just slam jam like nobody's business. So I got to go Kevin Bacon. A hero of Earth. He's a part of the Avengers, if you guys weren't in on that. Avengers pun? Nobody? No one? Kevin Bacon?
Hollow Man? I don't know.
in Avengers, when they're talking about Kevin Bacon being in winning the dance off, nothing? All right.
Fun fact, I've never seen a Marvel movie.
All right,
I haven't really watched it.
Yeah, we're kicking Steve out. We're kicking Steve out. What the hell? What are you doing, Steve? You got some homework, Steve. Unreal. All right, so we're moving on to the next round. We've got Hoosiers going up against Above the Rim. Where are you guys at?
I'm going to take Hoosiers.
I got to go Hoosiers here as well, Steve.
Well, clean sweep. Hoosiers
clean sweep.
Yeah, I mean that's still a pretty easy one. Above the rim, Spike Lee joint still really good, but the rewatchability of Hoosiers wins out all the time. If you're sitting at home sick, if you've got a cough, if you've got a flu, you're either watching Star Wars original or Hoosiers, one or the other. Next, I'm going with where we're going Coach Carter versus White Men Can't Jump. Where are you guys at?
I know you both are going Coach Carter, but I'm going White Men Can't Jump.
I am going Coach Carter here. I am going Coach Carter. Where are you at, Steve?
I do think this is a tough kind of matchup. Honestly, both really good movies, but yeah, I'm a Coach Carter guy. Samuel L. Jackson was just too cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, and then the story is just better in my opinion. Like both have really good rewatchability, both a ton of basketball influence, but the story between the two, I just like Coach Carter more. Like it's just a better story to follow.
So I'm going Coach Carter there. We'll come back to Hoosiers versus Coach Carter in that finals. Next up, we've got He Got Game versus Teen Wolf and Space Jam versus the Air Up There. I mean, let's go with the first one. He Got Game versus Teen Wolf.
He Got Game.
Yeah, He Got Game. That's a clean sweep. That one's easy. Teen Wolf, love you. Michael J. Fox, love the ball distribution at the end of that one, but sorry. All about He Got Game. All about Ray and Denzel. That's quite a duo. They're going to be a hard one to take down. I think they're going to the finals. Next up, we've got Space Jam versus the Air Up There. The Air Up There, it was a fun story. Big upset here just a moment ago over the way back. A highly touted film at 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. However, I got to go Space Jam all day. I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think? What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I mean it's the GOAT. It's Michael.
It's Michael. It's Michael. All right, so we got Space Jam going up against He Got Game. Before we do that, we got Hoosiers versus Coach Carter. What do we got?
I'm going Hoosiers.
I'm going Coach Carter. I have to.
I know you guys. I know you're both.
It's tough. It's tough. And then because I draw a lot of comparisons. I had Glory Road in the finals. I just told you those three, right? Hoosiers, Coach Carter, Glory Road, all drawing similar comparisons. But I got to go with Coach Carter. And it's just because to me, like Coach Carter is probably like the newer version of Hoosiers, right? Like it's like the early 2000 version of Hoosiers. You got this ragtag team, nothing going for them, not going to win anything. You got the coach of their dreams coming in to change their lives, right? Except for, I feel like, Coach Carter, he played kind of a bigger role, going back to that room when they're in the library and talking about, you got a bigger likelihood of going to prison being a man in this neighborhood than you do going to college. You know what I mean? Like Gene Hackman wasn't trying to send anybody to college. He was just trying to teach these kids about, not being losers pretty much, at the end of the day, all those kids were probably going to go on to be farmers. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They weren't going to college.
Yeah.
Big underdog stories for both of them. I think Coach Carter, they lost.
Yeah.
The Hoosiers team won. You learn more from your losses. I'm going with Coach Carter.
I think Hoosiers is just a bit overplayed. I think everyone knows it's a classic, and it kind of has just gotten beaten to the ground a bit.
I can agree with that.
To be perfectly honest, they could play Hoosiers like 24 hours like they do the Christmas Story. Like for like NBA Christmas or whatever. They could do that. And it'd be just as likable.
I think the best way to look at each matchup is imagine you watch each movie for the first time and imagine how it impacted you more, which one impacted you more off that first watch.
Yeah,
I think that's the best
I got to go with Coach Carter, and that's still.
And I agree with that. I agree with that as well. But I saw that one first, so it just has a special place in my heart. So
hey, fair enough. It does for a lot of folks. A lot of folks. All right, Final Four on the other side. We got He Got Game versus Space Jam. Sorry, Space Jam versus He Got Game. Tough one.
I'm personally going He Got Game.
Where you at, Steve?
I meant He Got Game. It's just too good. Lincoln High School.
Clean sweep. I feel bad for Blake on this one. We got He Got Game and Coach Carter in the finals.
Well, I know that you both are going Coach Carter.
It's not fair.
Like everyone.
It's not fair.
I'm going He Got Game.
Dude, this is a crazy tough one. I don't know. These are both. I think I could put them 1A and 1B. Just
right.
Tough.
Yeah, I gotta go Coach Carter still. I mean, for me, it does go back to the rewatchability. He got game. I feel like I'm always jumping into that movie. I feel like I'm always mixing in somewhere. And plus, it gets a little bit R-rated at certain points. So when I see it on TV, they're blipping stuff out. They're editing a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a sucker for Disney movies. Another Spike Lee joint, though. So I'm all about that.
Right.
So I got to decide this. This is a terrible spot to be in.
It's up to you. It's up to you, Steve.
But I am going to go Coach Carter for the simple fact that it had Channing Tatum, Ashanti beautiful. And Channing Tatum wasn't even like a star on that team.
Yeah,
he was kind of a role player. And you had other guys that you really cared about.
He wasn't even really famous then. So, I mean, that's the cooler part.
That's true. That's true.
The only thing, if I had to knock Coach Carter, this is probably the only thing you'll ever catch me saying bad about it. I wish some of the players would have went on to go to bigger schools. Other than I thought the story was building up like they'd go to, Cal, and they went to Sacramento State.
Well, remember the scene with the one mom where she's literally like, we're getting calls from junior colleges. Like that was the big leagues. You know what I mean?
That's
like junior
fair.
College. And that's what I mean. Like when I say how the coach played a role in their lives or the impact he was trying to make in the story. That's why I give it, so much credence, over all these other movies. Cause a lot of them still at the end of the day, they're kind of gag films. You know what I mean? Like there's only a few of them that really have like deep rooted stories. I had Coach Carter in Glory Road in my finals. He got game. It's good, but it's not his true story, right? Jesus Shuttleworth, a real person.
My favorite basketball movie isn't even in this list.
What is it?
Finding Forrester.
Is it that much of a basketball movie?
It is, but it isn't. I mean, you could say the same about a couple of these other ones. I mean, it's not like Coach Carter.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean,
I haven't seen Finding Forrester in a while. I'm gonna have to go check it out. I
mean, he plays in a tournament game on ESPN in the movie, and there's at least 30 minutes of nothing but basketball in it, and it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour long movie.
Does he have handles like Michael J. Fox?
No, but he hits 100 free throws in a row.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of free throws to hit in a row. All right, well, maybe it'll make the next one. We can always come back to it.
I'm disappointed that Rebound wasn't on here.
What's that?
Rebound.
With,
Rebound.
Who is that? Martin Lawrence.
I don't know that one.
Oh man, classic! Gotta check it out.
I'll be sure to get on it.
What about Love and Basketball? I know a lot of people love that movie.
Very torn between Love and Basketball. Good film, but it's mostly about these two people that just need to just do it and just shut up. Just stop arguing with each other and be a couple already. It's a very frustrating film. It's a very frustrating film, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a good amount of basketball in it, though, but I feel like it's just more about, strip basketball. I feel like that's what everybody remembers from it is strip basketball. No one remembers that she's playing, in the Euro League, grinding it out. You know what I mean? No one remembers, no one cares about that.
No.
They finally make it together in the end, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
See, it'd been a lot cooler if they lost and they didn't get together, like Coach Carter. They learned more. They learned more about themselves.
Heartbreak.
Exactly. Well, they build it up like it's going to be for a while. All right, let's move on to some fantasy waiver wire. We'll get back to some real basketball here. Blake, I know you got to dip out here in about half an hour or so, or a little bit less, but we'll see what we can do to clean it up before then. If you haven't been able to like the video, please go ahead and do so now. Share us and follow us on YouTube /Take It to the Hizzy if you already haven't. All right. Excuse me, fantasy waiver wire. First up, we've got Reggie Bullock coming in for the New York Knicks, only 20% rostered. I got a big prop on him tonight, over 13.5 total rebounds, assists, and points. Last 3 games, he's way over that number. Last game, 21 points alone, 22 points the game before that. Grabbing a little bit of everything, mixing in with some steals on some defense. Where are you guys at? You guys going to add some Reggie Bullock?
Yeah, I think he's an addable person. I think I've seen this out of him a couple times earlier in the year where he goes off and he puts in 20 and he's putting in good minutes. So just definitely if you add him, make sure you're kind of paying attention, making sure he's consistently putting up those numbers for you.
Absolutely. What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, if you want some points, that's what you're probably going to get out of him. Just watch his turnovers. If he's turning over the ball a lot, then maybe look another direction. But another plus to him is he makes his free throws. So
yeah,
gotta love that.
Playing a lot of minutes right now. Not a highly owned player, so I'm all about him. Next guy up we've got is Malachi Flynn.
He's probably my favorite one you have up. He's been you picked out here.
He's been balling, and oh my god, the defense. Last 2 games, was it 2 steals and a block, 4 steals, 3 blocks, 2 steals, no blocks, 2 steals, no blocks. I mean, he's still coming off the bench and getting 33, 34, 31 minutes a game. Kyle Lowry is hurt. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future, but 11-8-4, 16-6-4, 16-5-5. On top of that defense I've already added. What's not to like here? I mean, until Kyle Lowry comes back, this guy's got to be owned.
Yeah, you got to like what Malachi is doing there.
Is it Malachi?
Yeah, it's Malachi.
Malachi. Second round draft pick, right?
I'm not sure, but that sounds right.
I think so.
Yeah, he went late. He's a nice little steal for him. I like it. You're gonna like to see what he develops into here, potentially with Kyle Lowry leaving at the end of the year.
He actually went just at the tail end of the first round, 29.
Nice. All right, cool. Not bad. Who's the next guy up?
Davis Bertons.
Where are you guys at with Davis Bertons?
He's not my favorite pickup, but he's not getting enough minutes for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's going to be a roller coaster ride for you. You're going to get 17 points one game, and then you're going to have like 5 games with like 5 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, I don't get why he's 47% owned. I would stay away from this guy as well. 47% is high.
When I saw him on there, I honestly was kind of surprised. I thought maybe I had missed something that was going on. Yeah. But rebounding, I would love to see more out of him there. 5 rebounds is the most he's had lately. Yeah. But obviously, people around him, I'd steer clear.
The thing is he hangs around the 3-point line, and who do they have there? Is it I don't even know who they put at center there right now. I don't think he's playing center. I think he's playing out on the wing.
Mm-hmm. Playing the 4.
He shoots a lot of threes. So I'm not even sure.
They run Hachimura at the 3 and 4, just depending on the lineup. Yeah. So, but yeah, the role isn't there. But I just thought it was interesting. He's almost nearly 50% owned, and for being out for so many games, and then the lack of minutes, really, I don't think that's an elite amount of production to be putting up. So yeah, I don't love it. I'm going to say a stay away. But I thought it was interesting. He's 47% owned for that type of production. Pretty interesting. Next guy we got up is Demarcus Cousins, 26% roster, just getting back into action here. Are you guys willing to, take a stab at him, just to roster him, maybe as a playoff stash?
I'm not, but I'm also not doing it because you have him. But the thing is the guy. I don't know. I don't think he has anything left. That's just a personal opinion. I think that he's going to come out for anywhere from 8 to 20 minutes, and he might stuff the sheet, get you a bunch of rebounds, maybe a block or 2, and maybe 10 points. But I just don't see him playing more than 20 minutes for this team.
I mean, Serge has been in and out of the lineup. They've got Zubats still. Zubats has been playing very well. What do you think about this one, Steve?
So I'm a big Demarcus Cousins guy. He's just really been hit ever since he was with the Pelicans. He was about to get $55 million, tears his Achilles. From there out, he's not the same. Bounced around from team to team, just having devastating injury. I think what Blake said is true. I think minutes is definitely going to be something that is going to be lacking for him a bit. But I do think he has some play because as a Serge Ibaka owner, we haven't seen him in what seems like weeks. So I think he does have some play there for sure.
I think there is some opportunity there, and that's why I did grab him because of the questionability around Serge. Only 8 minutes, but in 8 minutes, damn, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Near per 48 right there would be great.
It reminds me a lot of like Robert Williams numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Robert Williams gets you blocks.
Mm-hmm. And it plays a lot more minutes right now. I mean, Tristan Thompson's about to come back. I know Tristan Thompson's probably not going to be 100% his first couple of games back, but I would still expect his numbers to drive down a little bit. Same scenario right here. If you can leverage the Ibaka injury, you might be able to get a little bit more out of Cousins. If you have an available spot to stash somebody, like if you're in top 2 spots, this is a guy I'd be looking to add. If you don't have anything to worry about, only a couple weeks left of regular season, I don't think it's a bad stash if you have a roster availability.
Yeah.
Next guy up, we got RJ Hampton coming over from Denver to the Orlando Magic, getting a lot of playing time. 31 minutes his last 2 games, 16, 4, 3, and 2, 12, 8, 2, and 1 and 1. What do you guys think here? Is he worth a shot?
Yeah, he's my second favorite pickup out of the guys you've mentioned so far. Just the opportunities there for him, and he's producing. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah, change of scenery is looking good for Hampton. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I think that game versus Denver was his first start officially with the Magic. First NBA start altogether, I believe. But this was a guy who out of high school, many thought he'd be one of the top picks in the draft. I think he has a bunch of potential. So, and no team's going to give him better minutes than the Magic are right now with how hurt they are, and they're just letting young guys go out and play. So like Blake said, I actually really, really like this pickup. He'd be my top pickup this week.
Dang, RJ top pickup. I don't know. Malachi, Blake corrected me. Malachi would definitely be my top pickup. I mean, I already grabbed him, but
you had already grabbed him, and so now I'm hoping that he doesn't run out.
Oh wow! Well, when Kyle Lowry comes back, he'll take a dive, but I don't know if that's going to be by the end of this week. So, next guy we got up is a Toronto Raptor, only 4% owned. DeAndre Pembry, 30 minutes his last 2 games, 12, 5, 3, and 5 steals his last game, 15, 7, 5, 1, and 1 the previous game, 30-minute game. What do you guys think here? All that defense, a lot to be desired.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the room, go ahead and add him. But the 5 steals isn't going to happen every game. That's just a unicorn number.
Sure.
It's not going to – I mean, 3 would be awesome from him. But other than that, I'm really not that impressed other than that one game. I'm going to need to see some more.
All right, fair enough. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, I think he's a spot start at most. I don't think he's necessarily some guy that's going to be putting in a whole bunch of production for your team. But I think, granted, yes, 5 steals doesn't happen every game, but you could see he's putting in 1 to 2 minimum every game. That's good enough for me, honestly. If he's going assists, rebounds, and points like that, I could throw him in on a nice Thursday when there's 5 games and you got to try and find somebody.
Right. Yeah, I'm all about him right now. Again, a guy to stream, not necessarily to own. I'll say, not someone you're going to trust to be on your roster through the playoffs. But if you need some help getting in there, I'm all over him. Give me some Pembry. All right, cool. Let's move over to the live betting, and then we will kick it from there. I'm pretty confident we're going to make time for you, Blake. We're gonna make it out. Hour and a half, no problem, buddy.
No problem.
All right, first game up, we got Minnesota Timberwolves. Indiana Pacers. Man, Timberwolves did not answer the call tonight up against the beaten up Indiana Pacers. 109-94. Pacers leading the way here. Spread is at 11.5 points. Over under is at 260.
Wow.
Ooh, 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I like the total.
Will you ever learn? Just don't bet. Don't bet on the T-Wolves.
Nope, can't do it.
I mean, how many times will we do it?
I mean, we don't.
Yeah.
Do we bet on the T-Wolves a lot on this show?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that we do. I'm saying that in the past before, like I would say, a month ago, I got talked about a little bit. We're like, hey, we should take the T-Wolves here. No, we shouldn't.
A couple of spots, yeah. I mean, it's not like they've lost every game, but I know what you mean. I mean, that was a bad spot.
Just bet against them. Bet against them, and I guarantee you're going to win more than half of them.
So what do you guys think? The Pacers cover 11.5?
Yeah. I'll go with yes.
I'll say so. Right now they're up, 9 plus the 6 is 15.
They're 15 right now.
Yeah, they're up 15. I think they can drive that up. I think they can drive it up. So give me the Pacers on the cover. Maybe you can rally some money lost on the early money line. I couldn't actually put my own money on the T-Wolves, so I don't know when that's happened.
To be fair, I thought, though, since the struggling Bulls beat the Pacers just, what was it, yesterday? 2 days ago? I thought the Timberwolves actually had a chance, but clearly wrong.
That was a bucket. Give me that bucket back. They just took a free bucket away from Zion. That was BS. Unreal. Need that dude to hit his prop. I swear to God, it went in. They better review that because that was really fast, but that shit went in. All right, next up, we've got the Wizards and the Magic. Wizards are up 100-90, 9.5 point spread. Totals at 244. We've got the fourth quarter left to play with 190 points. So can we hit 55 total points in the fourth quarter between these two teams? I like it.
I like that.
I like it. It seems a little bit high, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite way. I don't.
It's been over. It's been over every quarter. Why not?
Yeah, I'll take it. Where do you guys at on the spread? Can the Wizards cover 9.5? They're up by 10, flat.
I'd be nervous about late in the fourth, them having just enough of a lead where Magic kind of creep back into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna plus points for the Magic.
I also got to say,
I like that too.
Russell Westbrook, if you can get odds on him to record a triple-double, that might be the safest bet in all of basketball. I've hit that multiple times, and even if it's just a 10-10-10 game, he's doing it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter. It hits, baby. That's hit. That's money.
And you're getting it at a plus number every time.
Zion, don't miss free throws, you bastard. As the Pelicans and Nets come to the end of the second half, Nets up 76-59, looking at a 17.5 point spread. That's exactly the number. They're up by exactly 17. Total right now is 251.5. There's a lot of scoring for the first half. Brooklyn 75 points, New Orleans 60. I like that over. I'll take it.
Over.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, right now the Nets minus 37-38 on the money line. Wow, big swing. All right, next up we've got the Knicks visiting the Celtics, 46-47. Celtics lead. We are at halftime, and there is a 3.5 point spread. Still taking the Knicks on the 3.5. Total is at 194.5.
All day.
You on the under?
I'm on the 3 points under.
Same. 3.5 to the Knicks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
what
all
do you think,
over
Steve?
that. I think that's a great number for the Knicks right now. Julius Randle has gotten out to a slow start, 7 points right now. So I think that will change. And then what was the total?
208.
194.5 live.
Jesus,
really?
Crazy low number. But I mean, these two teams have struggled to score all game. They put up a combined 40 points in the first. So I think this probably hits the under. Crazy low number, though.
Yeah. I need Reggie Bullock to get it together. He's only hit 5 of the points, rebounds, and assists. Not great. Not looking good. Need a big second half from them. But like you said, the pace just isn't there, so we'll see. Let's see. Next up, we've got the Hornets and the Thunder. Thunder are up 46-45. 4.5 point spread. I think we got to continue to hammer that, Blake. Blake was on the Thunder earlier. So for a 1 point lead for getting 4.5 points, I think we got to take that. I'm doing it right now. Putting my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the game it was 5.5. So yeah, I like that. So
submitting right now. Let's go. What do you think, Steve?
I'm still going to ride the Hornets. I do
on the spread or on the money line.
What was the spread at?
The spread's at 4.5. They're down, or they're tied 46.
And you get the money line at what?
Minus 244 for being tied. I don't like that.
No, I don't really care for that either. It doesn't have much value if you're betting it just straight up. So yeah, I guess I might flip that, and I'm going to go Thunder plus the points.
In comparison, guys, the Knicks are down by 1, and they're plus 143 to win the game money line. I like that too. I like that too.
We'll do it now. Nice. Do it now because
Well, yeah, because it could change at any moment. All right, next up we've got the Mavericks losing to the Rockets. Man, 41-38 Rockets. Not great. The Rockets right now plus 212 on the money line. Plus 5.5 on the spread. What do you guys think?
Plus 5.5 on the spread to who?
To the Rockets. They're up by 3. That's an 8.5 point swing.
I would take. So you can get the Mavericks at 5.5.
You can get them at plus 5.5 with a 3-point lead.
The Mavericks.
The Mavericks right now, you can get them at minus 5.5, and they're down 3.
Take that all day.
I don't know. I don't like that.
I do. That's easy. That's easy points.
I think I'd take that one at halftime.
It was at 10.
I haven't been watching the game, so just reading the numbers, I don't really know, what's going on with the Mavericks, right? So with live betting, you should be watching and reading the numbers, and I just don't have enough here. 15-17 in the first quarter, or is that the second quarter? Second quarter, no scoring. Quarter. Yeah, 15-17 Houston lead. Houston has led the whole game.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, John Wall having a good game.
I like 5.5. I like that.
All right. I'm going the other way. I'm going plus 5.5 to the Rockets. We'll reconvene tomorrow. We'll see what we get. Last one up that's live. We got Memphis visiting Atlanta. Memphis and Atlanta tied 59-59. No plus option here on the money line. Memphis minus 120 on the money line. Atlanta Hawks minus 108. Hawks right now are the plus option. That number flipped. They are plus 1.5. Memphis minus 1.5. We were both on. I think all of us were on Memphis. Or no, Steve, you were on the Hawks. Blake, you and I were on Memphis. It's going to be close here. First quarter went to the Hawks, 34-29. Second quarter has gone to the Grizzlies. They're up 30-25 with 2.5 left to play in the period. Where are you guys at?
Yeah, Memphis. I'm not changing my answer there at all.
Same.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I want to ride with the with the Hawks, but I do think the Grizzlies. John Morant hasn't even scored a point yet, so if he gets going, I see there's probably some separation in this game. So I think the Grizzlies could actually take this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Grizzlies as well. On them early, they've just been playing really good right now. Like I said, 9-1 ATS in their last 10. Good teams win, but great teams cover. Let's go, man. Zion is at 12 points. He's got no rebounds for some reason. He's getting assists tonight. He's getting an assist tonight that I only have a points and rebounds prop. Yay!
Oh shit!
Well, shit is right. Cracks beer. Let's go. All right. Well, that's the show. That's the show, boys and girls. Thank you for stopping by to take it to the Hizzy Fantasy Basketball. You guys got anything to close it out with?
I hope you liked. I hope you liked our bracket. Hopefully, y'all agreed with us.
Coach Carter, all the dubs. Steve, how was your weekend? You didn't get to tell us how your weekend was. You were gone for that.
Oh yeah, solid weekend. Got it.
Solid.
Yeah, I can't really remember much of what I did, but it was a solid
Easter
weekend.
was lit.
It wasn't even like that.
Like
that. I didn't do anything for Easter, so I was kind of
double-fisted mimosas with the Easter bunny. Yeah, let's go.
In Florida? Were you in Florida?
No, I was just at home. I didn't do anything.
You're just on your couch.
Right on.
All right.
It's where I would have liked to be. I was getting a lot of leg work walking around DC, so it's not the worst place to be on Easter. It was a nice day though. It was a nice day to walk around. So, all right, cool. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next week, same time. Later.